Okay, listeners, you can probably hear it. It's raining cats and dogs here in LA. And speaking of cats and dogs, look who just walked in looking like she swam here instead of took the bus.
Oh, come on. It's just a little rain. My bus decided to take a scenic tour of the city before it got here, that's all. I call it urban mindfulness.
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, I offered her a ride this morning, but she said, "No, David, I'm saving the planet."
I am, one soggy bus ride at a time. Some of us prefer to protect the earth instead of flexing our luxury cars, Mr. Eco-unfriendly.
Hey, my car does turn off automatically at traffic lights. That's practically environmental activism.
Right. And I'm sure your Labrador and parrot give you standing ovations every time you drive to buy fast food.
Hey, at least I admit I'm lazy. You should see me trying to cook healthy food at home. Last week I burned oatmeal. Oatmeal, Jess, it's mostly water.
Wow, that's impressive. You've reached a new level of culinary disaster.
Thanks. I'm considering opening a restaurant called David's Oops Kitchen. Everything comes slightly overcooked and emotionally unstable.
Perfect comfort food for rainy days. Speaking of which, listeners, if you're also hiding from the storm, grab your coffee, your tea, your cat, dog, or blanket, get cozy. This is not a school lesson, no tests, no homework, no scary grammar today.
Yeah, you can totally listen to us while you're cooking, working, doing the laundry, or just lying in bed pretending to be productive. We won't judge.
Definitely not. This podcast is all about taking it easy and thinking about the things that make us human, like why we do what we do, and why we don't do the things we should.
Deep. I like that. And today's topic fits perfectly with this cozy, slightly wet, definitely autumn mood vibe.
Oh, yes. Today we're talking about something that affects everyone, even people who claim it doesn't. Why we fear change, even when it's for the better.
Ah, the good old comfort zone. You know, the cozy mental blanket that we wrap ourselves in and refuse to take off even when it starts to smell weird.
Exactly. We'll talk about why change feels scary, how our brains play tricks on us, and how sometimes we'd rather stay in our safe little bubble than go after something amazing.
Spoiler alert, the comfort zone might feel safe, but it's actually where dreams go to take really long naps.
That's such a poetic way to say we procrastinate.
I'm basically a modern philosopher, just wetter than usual today because somebody dripped all over the studio floor.
Oh, hush. At least I showed up. Listeners, this is your sign that even a rainy day can't stop you from showing up for yourself.
Beautiful. Okay, so grab that mug, wrap up in that blanket, and let's talk about why we humans are so good at avoiding change and how to break out of it one tiny brave step at a time.
Let's do it. And David, maybe next time you should try the bus. It builds character.
Yeah, and apparently also pneumonia.
So, why are we even talking about this today? Why do our brains go into full drama mode every time life offers us something new, even if it's something we actually want?
Right? It's like we dream about changing our job, moving to a new city, or finally starting that gym habit, and then the second the opportunity appears, our brain goes, wait, let's think about this for 6 more months.
Exactly. We say, I want something new, and then immediately, but not too new. Our brains basically act like grumpy old landlords. We don't do changes here.
Yeah, it's wild. Like someone offers you a better job, more money, better hours, and your brain says, but what if I miss the coffee machine at my old office?
Right? Or you dream of moving to another city, and the moment you start packing, your brain suddenly remembers how cozy your tiny apartment with the leaky shower is.
It's that weird mix of excitement and panic, like standing at the edge of a pool, ready to jump in, but your brain keeps whispering, maybe the water's too cold.
Oh, yes, that's the comfort zone talking. Our brains love predictability. It's like, sure, I'm miserable here, but at least I know my misery schedule.
Yeah, breakfast at 8, existential dread at 10, comfort scrolling at 11. Perfect day.
But the truth is, even positive change, new routines, better habits, can trigger fear because our brains are wired for safety, not happiness.
Exactly. The brain's job is not to make us fulfilled, it's to keep us alive. And apparently, alive just means doing the same thing forever.
Well, that's boring, but seriously, that's why it's so hard to break old patterns. Change feels like danger, even when it's good for us.
So true. We're like, I want to grow. And our brain says, cool, but can we stay here and think about growing instead?
Perfect summary. So today we'll dig into why this happens, what's going on in our psychology, and how we can stop letting fear control us.
Because, let's be honest, staying comfortable feels safe. But real life happens outside that bubble.
Exactly. So if you've ever dreamed of doing something new but felt that little, nah, maybe later voice, this one's for you.
Yeah, stick around and we'll figure out how to trick your brain into loving change, or at least not screaming every time it sees it.
Baby steps, right?
Always.
Okay, let's talk science for a second. Don't worry, no lab coats required. So here's the deal. Our brains love safety and predictability. Change, on the other hand, the brain interprets that as a potential threat.
Exactly. It's like the brain saying, wait, we've been doing things this way for years. Why mess with perfection? Even when perfection means eating cereal for dinner and hating your job.
Yup, that little voice in your head that screams, no, let's not try something new. That's your amygdala talking. It's the fear center of your brain, and it's basically your internal overprotective parent.
Yeah, the amygdala's like, don't go out there. There might be danger, embarrassment, or even worse, networking events.
Oh no, not networking events. The horror. But seriously, that's how our brains evolved. Thousands of years ago, new meant danger, like let's not eat that glowing berry, or maybe don't pet that giant animal with teeth.
Right. But now, in 2025, new just means updating your resume or switching from coffee to green tea. Not exactly life-threatening.
Exactly. But your brain doesn't know that. It still reacts like you're walking into a cave full of tigers. So every time we try to change something, new habit, new job, new mindset, boom, fear alarm.
And then the dopamine system kicks in too. That's the one that rewards you for doing familiar, predictable stuff. It's like, ah, yes, scrolling Instagram again instead of writing that report. Good job, champion.
Oh, it loves routine. It's like a cat that only sits in the same sunny spot every day. Try to move it, and it'll look at you like you've insulted its entire family.
Right. My Labrador's the same way. I moved his bed once, and he spent 2 hours staring at the old spot like, who betrayed me?
See? Our brains do the same thing. They crave the familiar. It feels safe. So even when change could bring us something better, a happier job, a healthier lifestyle, our brain still says, nope, stay where it's cozy.
It's like mental inertia, a built-in resistance to movement. We have to push past that fear to remind our brains, hey, this isn't danger, it's growth.
Exactly. The comfort zone is just your brain's way of hugging you too tightly. Sweet, but suffocating.
Yeah, thanks for protecting me, brain, but I'd like to live a little.
Exactly.
You know, if we look at it from an evolutionary point of view, it actually makes perfect sense why change freaks us out. I mean, back in prehistoric times, change wasn't like, I'm thinking of trying a new hairstyle. It was more like, let's migrate across that mountain where we might get eaten by something with fangs.
Yeah, back then, new environment didn't mean new apartment with a coffee shop nearby. It meant Oh, great. New predators, new diseases, and no idea what plants are safe to eat.
Exactly. So our ancestors who were cautious, the ones who said, maybe let's not wander too far, they were the ones who survived long enough to pass on their genes.
And that's why thousands of years later, we hesitate when we get a job offer in another city. Our brands are like danger, unknown territory, possibly tigers.
Right? It's like, calm down, brain. The only thing waiting there is a Starbucks and maybe a traffic jam.
Oh, yeah, a modern predator, rush hour.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Our biology hasn't really caught up with how the world changed. Back then, sticking to what you knew kept you alive. Now, sticking to what you know can actually hold you back.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it? The same instinct that once protected us now keeps us from growing, from trying new things, from moving forward.
Yeah, like our inner caveman still running the control panel going, fire good, change bad.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, our modern selves are trying to convince that caveman, hey, calm down, it's just a new software update.
No! Software dangerous! Stay with Windows XP!
Oh no, that caveman definitely still uses Internet Explorer.
Probably, but seriously, that's why it's important to understand where that fear comes from. It's not weakness, it's ancient wiring. Once you know that, you can actually outsmart it.
Yeah, it's not that we're lazy or scared for no reason. Our brains are just doing what they were programmed to do. They just haven't gotten the memo that the ice age is over.
Exactly. We don't need to fight off saber-toothed tigers anymore, just our own excuses.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And you know, David, when I think about fear of change, I instantly remember the time I almost didn't take my university teaching job. It sounds crazy now, but I was terrified. I'd been teaching online comfortably for years, yoga pants, tea, cat purring beside me, pure bliss. And then they offered me a full-time position at the university. And my brain just went, nope, too risky. Let's stay in pajamas forever.
That's a strong argument, to be fair. Pajamas are powerful.
I know. I told myself I'd miss my cat too much, I'd have to wake up earlier, commute on a bus, all these little excuses. But really it was just fear. Fear that I wouldn't be good enough in a real academic job.
Oh, that's so relatable. That little voice that goes, what if you fail? It's like the worst backseat driver ever.
Exactly. But you know what? I did it. I pushed through that fear, and it turned out to be one of the best decisions I ever made. I met incredible students, learned new teaching methods, and okay, maybe I still miss my cat during lectures, but it was worth it.
That's awesome. See? Growth through discomfort. Classic success story. Meanwhile, mine's is not so classy.
Oh, here we go. What happened this time?
Okay, picture this. A few years ago, I decided to finally start cooking at home. I was like, enough with the takeout, David. You're a grown man. You can make pasta. So I bought everything, pots, pans, herbs I couldn't pronounce, and decided to make lasagna.
Oh no, this sounds suspiciously optimistic already.
Yep, well, halfway through I realized I didn't have an oven dish, so I improvised with a frying pan. Long story short, I created what can only be described as lasagna soup.
Oh no, lasagna soup.
Yep, it was tragic. But hey, that was my fear of change moment. I avoided cooking for years because I thought I'd be terrible at it. And I was, spectacularly. But after a few disasters and a lot of smoke alarms, I actually got better. Now I can make a pretty decent omelet.
A whole omelet. Wow, look at you, Chef Miller.
Yeah, Michelin star breakfast chef. But really, it taught me something. The first steps into change usually suck, but if you survive the awkward phase, you come out stronger and slightly less hungry.
That's true. Whether it's a new job or lasagna soup, you've got to go through the mess to find what works.
Exactly. The fear of change is just the price of admission for a better version of yourself. And sometimes, a better omelet.
Beautifully said, Chef.
You know what's funny, Jess? We live in this world where everything screams, change your life now. New job, new body, new mindset, new app that organizes your socks. And yet, we're more scared of change than ever.
A sock organizing app. Okay, I'd actually try that one. But you're right, we're surrounded by so many choices that even choosing how to change feels like a full-time job.
Exactly. It's what psychologists call overchoice. You don't fear change itself, you fear making the wrong change, like should I switch careers, move cities, get bangs? Suddenly you're paralyzed and just binge watch Netflix instead.
Yes, or scroll on social media where everyone else seems to have already figured it out. New job, perfect house, glowing skin, happy dog. And you're sitting there thinking, wow, I just managed to not burn my toast today.
Right? Social media is like a highlight reel of success stories, but nobody posts the messy middle part, the I cried in the bathroom during my big change stage.
Exactly. And that's what fuels our fear. We see the before and the after, but never the during. So when we're in that messy middle, it feels like we're doing something wrong.
Totally. And add in perfectionism, that voice in your head that says, if it's not 100% right, don't do it at all. That's the ultimate change killer.
Oh, yes, that one whispers, wait until you're ready. And spoiler alert, you'll never feel ready.
Yep. I've had people tell me, I'll start saving money when I make more, or I'll start working out when I buy the perfect gym shoes. And I'm like, buddy, your sneakers aren't the problem. It's your brain stalling for comfort.
Exactly. The comfort of routine feels safe. It's like an old couch, maybe a little lumpy, smells like pizza, but hey, it's familiar.
And then you try to get off that couch, and your brain's like, no, no, sit back down. Danger's out there.
So true. We're not lazy, we're just scared. Scared of failure, scared of judgment, scared of stepping out of that cozy but dusty comfort zone.
And the irony, the people we think are judging us for changing, they're too busy scrolling their own feeds worrying about their next move.
Exactly. We're all starring in our own little fear of change sitcoms.
Yeah. So the next time you feel change anxiety, just remember it's not just you. It's your brain, your perfectionism, and 8 billion other people all trying to change and panic at the same time.
Perfect summary. We're all in the same boat, and probably checking if the boat has Wi Fi.
Of course it does. It's 2025. Even our fears are online.
Okay, David, time for a little humor break. Let's talk about the clear, scientific, 100% accurate signs that you're addicted to your comfort zone.
Oh, this is going to hurt, isn't it?
Probably. Okay, sign number one. You'd rather rewatch the same show for the 7th time than start a new one, because apparently watching Friends again is safer than meeting new characters who might emotionally hurt you.
Hey, don't attack me like that. I just rewatched The Office for the 10th time. It's not a comfort zone, it's emotional maintenance.
Sure. Okay, sign number two. Your comfort zone has a Wi-Fi password, and you never want to leave.
Yeah, and the password is stayhome123.
Exactly. And sign number three, you say things like, I'll start on Monday, but you never specify which Monday.
Well, that's me. Every Monday turns into a surprise plot twist. Not this one, maybe the next.
Number four, you've said, I'm just resting while holding your phone and watching productivity reels for 2 hours straight.
That's called inspirational procrastination. Totally different thing.
And my favorite, sign number five, you've given motivational advice to your friends that you never follow yourself.
Guilty. Like, just believe in yourself, said by a man who still hasn't organized his garage since 2019.
Exactly. Comfort zone addicts. We're a funny bunch.
Yeah, we are. But you know what? Recognizing the symptoms is the first step to escaping them.
True. And until then, we'll be cozy, caffeinated, and binge watching comfort zone life hacks on YouTube.
Perfectly balanced, like a true comfort zone pro.
You know, David, people often think stepping out of the comfort zone means doing something huge, like quitting your job, moving to another country, or joining a survival reality show.
Yeah, step one, sell everything and move to the mountains. No thank you, I like Wi-Fi and coffee too much.
Exactly. But the truth is, you don't need to blow up your life to grow. Real change often starts with micro changes.
Micro changes, like the diet version of bravery. I like that.
Yeah. For example, take a new route to work. Try a dish you've never eaten or talk to someone new at your gym or office. It's not about the size of the step, it's about showing your brain, hey, it's safe out here.
Totally. The brain adjusts faster than we think. Once it realizes the new thing didn't kill you, just maybe confused you a little, it starts building confidence.
Exactly. It's like training a pet. You reward yourself for small wins. I said hello to the new neighbor. Time for a cookie.
Works for humans too. I went to a new coffee shop and didn't panic. I deserve a donut.
See? Progress and pastry. That's balance.
But really, those little wins add up. It's like stacking courage coins. One day you'll look back and realize you've built a whole confidence castle out of small steps.
Ooh, I love that. A confidence castle. And it all starts with one tiny action. A different meal, a different route, or even just saying yes when you'd usually say no.
Exactly. Step by step, latte by latte, you're slowly expanding your world.
Perfect motto for the English Hub. Change your life one coffee at a time.
I'd buy that on a mug.
You know, David, I came across this quote the other day. Everything you want is slightly outside your comfort zone. And I thought, wow, that's both terrifying and exciting.
Terrifying? Absolutely. Exciting? Sure, if your brain hasn't filed a restraining order against change yet.
Exactly. But think about it. That little uncomfortable feeling you get when trying something new, that's not fear. It's your brain saying, new challenge detected. Let's pay attention. It's energy, curiosity, and growth all mixed together.
I like that. Reframe fear as fuel instead of a stop sign. Instead of, oh no, danger, it's more like, okay, adventure mode activated.
Yes. Like when you walk into a yoga class for the first time and your legs feel like spaghetti, your brain screams, run! But if you stay, your brain starts saying, maybe I can actually balance on one foot like a flamingo.
Or in my case, first time cooking that lasagna soup, panic mode on. But eventually, omelets, growth.
Exactly. Real change is messy, awkward, sometimes hilarious. But that's how you become who you're meant to be. It's not about comfort. Comfort is just the couch where dreams go to nap.
Couch of missed opportunities. I've been sitting there way too long.
Me too. But here's the thing. Your comfort zone doesn't have a GPS. It doesn't lead you anywhere. The growth zone, that slightly scary, slightly uncomfortable place, that's where all the magic happens.
Totally. And it doesn't mean you have to jump in with both feet and hope for the best. Micro steps, tiny wins, little nudges outside your bubble. Eventually, you're walking through that growth zone like it's your living room.
Yes. And maybe one day you'll look back and realize all those tiny steps, the new routes, the new conversations, even the weirdly spicy sushi you tried, they built a new version of you.
I love that. Growth isn't some huge, scary monster. It's like assembling IKEA furniture. Confusing at first, you might swear at it, but by the end, you've built something solid and you're proud.
Exactly. And bonus, you survived the instructions without crying. That's emotional resilience points right there.
And the moral is, don't fear that discomfort. Welcome it. Invite it in for coffee. Let it challenge you, because that's how you find out what you're really capable of.
Couldn't have said it better. Growth is a little uncomfortable, a little exciting, a little scary.
in totally worth it.
So listeners, grab that fear, wrap it in a blanket of curiosity, and step outside. Just one little step at a time, or maybe a giant leap if you're feeling brave and caffeinated.
Yes, and remember, your comfort zone is just a warm chair, but the world outside, that's where your story actually begins.
Amen to that. Now, who's ready to write their next chapter?
All right, listeners, it's time for your mission, should you choose to accept it. And yes, it is completely doable and fun.
Ooh, I like missions. Are we talking secret agent level here or just tiny rebellion against your comfort zone?
Definitely tiny rebellion. Nothing that requires a parachute. Today's challenge, do one small thing differently. That's it. One tiny step.
One small thing. Okay, so for me, maybe I'll take a new route on my walk with the Labrador. It's slightly terrifying. What if there's a squirrel I've never met?
Yes, that counts. Or maybe you try a new coffee flavor instead of your usual boring latte. Or text someone you've been meaning to catch up with. Just one little thing that shakes up your day.
And the key is notice how it feels. Feel the awkward, the excitement, the tiny panic. That's your growth zone gently waving hello.
Exactly. Then report back to us. Well, in the comments section, not physically. Tell us what you tried, how it felt, if it was scary or amazing.
And listeners, don't worry. Your comfort zone will probably text you later, all passive-aggressive. Hey, I miss you already. Why are you ignoring me?
Totally. But you're allowed to ignore it, David. Comfort zones don't get a vote when growth is on the table.
Amen. And honestly, it's kind of fun to sneak out of your own comfort zone. You might spill coffee, stumble through a conversation, or try sushi with extra wasabi and survive.
Survival counts as a win. And the best part is every little victory builds momentum. Tiny steps lead to bigger ones, and soon, boom! Your comfort zone isn't a prison, it's just a nostalgic old friend waving from the sidelines.
Nostalgic but harmless. And the beauty of it, you don't have to completely reinvent yourself overnight. One small brave step today can ripple into a month, a year, maybe even a decade of change.
That's right. And listeners, imagine all the stories we'll hear from you. I tried something new, and guess what happened? We'll laugh with you, celebrate, maybe even cry a little. Hopefully not from wasabi.
Yeah, don't eat the whole thing before checking the spice level, people. Lesson learned the hard way.
And finally, if you enjoyed this episode, loved the laughter, or even secretly felt a tiny nudge out of your comfort zone while listening, we'd love for you to subscribe.
Yes, subscribe, like, share this episode with your friends, family, random neighbors, even that barista who remembers your complicated coffee order.
And leave a comment. Tell us your story, your tiny brave step, or just a funny moment from trying something new. We want to hear everything, the good, the awkward, and the hilarious.
Especially the hilarious. Because honestly, comfort zones are boring, but funny mistakes, those are golden.
Exactly. So go ahead, step outside, spill a little coffee, try that new route, call that friend, and remember, growth is just on the other side of fear.
And if your comfort zone complains, just tell it, don't worry, I'll visit soon. Maybe, right after my third adventurous step today.
Perfect. Thank you for joining us today, cozy listeners. Stay curious, stay brave, and remember, the world's a little more exciting outside that familiar bubble.
And we'll be here cheering you on, one small brave step at a time. Coffee in hand, dog or cat at our side, maybe slightly damp from the rain.
Yes. Until next time, keep stepping out, laughing through the awkwardness, and making your comfort zone a little jealous.
Bye, everyone. Step boldly, but maybe don't text your boss while still in your pajamas. That one's tricky.
Bye! And remember, one small step today can be your giant leap tomorrow.